Hey, Dark Desert Highway here, and today we're going to be talking about the Bible. We're going to be in Numbers chapter 13 and 14 today, and we're going to talk about how the Lord came to a decision where his people were going to wander for 40 years. So up to this point, even after very powerful demonstrations and great miracles that no one had ever seen in the very epic freedom that was wrought for the Hebrew nation out of the land of Egypt, the Pharaoh and his army were consumed by the waters of the Red Sea. They came up onto Mount Sinai, where the Ten Commandments had been given to Moses. They messed up. Then they got the Ten Commandments again, and here they are, post miracles, after many miracles had been done in the sight of the Hebrew nation. Here they were. They finally made it to the brink of the promised land, the land that the Lord had promised to give them. But there was a problem. It was inhabited, and it wasn't just inhabited by normal, regular people. It was inhabited by giants. So even after powerful demonstrations and great miracles that no one had ever seen before, reassuring the Hebrew nation the reality that a great God like no other was going before them with a pillar of fire by night and cloud by day, it led them up to this point. And honestly, the majority of the people lacked faith and confidence in the Lord, even after all of these great demonstrations of power. And they had come to a point where they needed to take a step in their faith. They needed to put their lives into the hands of the Lord. And when it came time to do that, they backed off. They completely backed off. But let's look at the story here, because the Lord's word speaks for itself. In Numbers chapter 13, we're going to read 1 through 3. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel. Now we're going to skip over to chapter 13, verse 25. So the Lord came and spoke to Moses, saying, Look, get a company of men together and go and have them search out the land. And they did. And so in verse 25, it was a return of this kind of mini quest that they were on to go search out the land. Verse 25, and they returned from searching of the land after 40 days, and they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, We came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea, and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses, and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, We will not be able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. So you see that their mindset was in their own strength. In our own strength, we are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they had noticed that. So there's the point right there, where in order to get to the next phase of their lives in relationship with the Lord, they had to put more faith into the Lord, because they didn't have the strength themselves to overcome the next set of obstacles in their life. Let's keep reading. Verse 32. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up its inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, so we were in their sight. And all of the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, Would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return to Egypt? And they had said one to another, Let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt. So they had come to the point where, look, they realized that in my own power, this thing is unaccomplishable. We just can't do it. We can't do it in our own strength. But they had so many of the miracles done that no one had even seen before. This was a new thing that the Lord had stepped into this nation's life to demonstrate his power, real power and might and strength. And they had the assurance of all of these previous miracles and demonstrations of the Lord's power, but instead of crossing that faith line, instead of crossing into a place in themselves where their whole lives are in the hands of the Lord in faith. This next step, I cannot accomplish myself. I must put my life in the hands of the Lord, and the outcome shall be his outcome, because the battle is not won by my hand. This battle would have to have been won by the hand of God. So, in the face of that decision, that moment where they had an opportunity to really invest in their relationship with the Lord and let him lead them through this land, Instead, they did a complete opposite. And they said in verse 4 to one another, let us make a captain, and let us return to Egypt. So they had begun to discuss a plan to return to their captivity, because it was better in their captivity, according to them, than to take the step of putting their very lives in the hands of the Lord, even after demonstrations of power that no one had ever seen before. Let's continue. Let's continue in verse 5. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all of the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord delights in us, then he will bring us into this land, and give it to us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. But the congregation bade stone them with stones. So instead of listening to somebody who was trying to motivate them to have faith in the Lord, they said, let's stone this guy. We don't want to hear this. 10. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me for all the signs which I have showed among them? I will smite them with pestilence and disinherit them, and will make thee a greater nation and mightier than they. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for they brought us up this people in thy might from among them. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of the land, for they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, and that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. Now, if you shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard of your fame, they will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is longsuffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word, but as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened unto my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. This is a really scary point in a relationship with the Lord. It seems to be, from reading this book, that we are given many opportunities to put our faith and our confidence in the Lord. And situations happen in our lives where we don't have the strength to do it ourselves. But the Lord has demonstrated his great power and presence in our lives. And there needs to be a point in our relationship with him where we lean heavily on him, because he is able. Now, you can see here that the Lord has given the Hebrew nation many opportunities. In 22, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice. So this isn't a situation where you're just hearing about the Lord. This is a situation where the Lord is there. You know about him. He has introduced himself to you. He has demonstrated time after time his ability and his power and his presence. And the scary thing is, after such demonstrations as these, the Lord can make up his mind about you and the situation that you are in, and he'll say, no, nope, no more. I'm not going to do it. I was going to do it, and I was going to lead these people into the promised land, and the battle would have been theirs today. And they would be able to go from the wilderness into the promised lands with me leading them there. This is about to happen right now, but no more. Absolutely no more. There's no faith in them. After all the demonstrations, after all these things that no one has ever seen before, I have demonstrated my willingness to defend these people and to bring them up and to provide for them and to lead them. And they have no faith in me. So no more. And the Lord has a track record in the Word of God. When he makes up his mind, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. I showed them. They should have had faith in me. They could have had faith in me. I wanted them to have faith in me, but they refuse and rebel and continue to seek the life they had before I was in their life. And because of that, the things that I was going to do for them, no more. And we're about to see that. Verse 23. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it, but my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard the murmuring of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. See, the Lord is listening, and he is not far away. We learned it the other day that Stephen, when he was getting stoned with stones, looked up into heaven, and the veil had been removed for him. And right there within eyesight, within the sight of his own eyes, he saw the Lord standing at the right hand of the Father. We saw the other day that the Lord had heard a conversation between Aaron and Miriam and had put everything into saying, look, all you guys, stop right now. I'm coming down and I'm going to address the situation because I've heard what you were talking about. So this is another situation where the Lord is paying attention to his people. 28. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to the whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into this land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. 31. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them I will bring in, and they shall know the land which you have despised. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall into this wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms, until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. After the number of the days in which you search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall you bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and you shall know my breach of promise. So I promised you that I was going to lead you into this land. We're at the border, and you've sought out the land. You're aware of the obstacles that are facing you. You know that you don't have the strength to accomplish it alone. Here's a great opportunity for you to put faith in me because I have proven myself. It's not like you just met me. I have proven myself over time, demonstrating my power and my love and my provision and my strength. And you continue to speak about returning to the slavery that I redeemed you from because you think that that's going to be a better life than the life that I have prepared for you. Man. Verse 35. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him, by bringing up a slander upon the land. And that's what they're doing. They're talking. They're murmuring. They're murmuring, and they're saying, "Oh, Egypt was better, and we had food, and there weren't so many restrictions, and I had the freedom to do, But they didn't. They were slaves. They were slaves of this land. And they were freed. And all they can think about, instead of putting faith in the strength of the Lord after he has demonstrated his ability to redeem, to lead, to provide, and all I hear is complaining. 36. And the men which Moses sent to search the land who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up slander upon the land. Even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Lord. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, live still. 39. And Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and gat them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Lord had promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, Wherefore now do you transgress the commandment of the Lord? But it shall not prosper. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because you are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. But they presumed to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in the hill, and smote them, and discomfited them, even unto Hormah. So, here it is. You had your opportunity. The Lord demonstrated to you that He was with you. And when it came time to put faith in Him, you thought about your life previously, tried to appoint men to go back to that life and lead you back into that life, instead of walking in victory and in confidence into the land that the Lord said that you should possess, even though there were obstacles to be faced that may have been too great for you, but the Lord was there. He demonstrated that. And then once the Lord made up His mind because of the unfaithfulness and murmuring of the people, that was it. It was a done deal. Look, I was going to lead you into victory, but you have no faith in me. So now I'm going to cause you to wander. You're going to be wandering for 40 years. 1 day, 1 year for every day that you went to go search out the good land that I had promised to give you, you're going to wander now. And the Lord caused them to wander, even at the brink of them occupying the promise that God had promised to them. Instead of having faith, and the Lord said, it's done. I've made up my mind. And that's the scary thing about the Lord making up His mind, because He sticks to His word. And then the people say, you know what, we're going to do it anyways. Let's go up and try to do this. And they're warned, don't do this. The Lord is no longer with you. You had your chance. You blew it. Now it's to your children. Now the promise is to your children, who you said was going to be fodder for the enemy. They'll get it. You're not going to get it. I showed you. The Lord said, I showed you my strength. I showed you my provision. And you complained the whole way. Anyways, you guys, that's all I got for today. I say let the word of the Lord speak for itself.